Yeah.
All that they can hope for when they talk about will it stand an earthquake is the minimum number
Damage.
of casualties.
Yeah.
That's really what they're talking about.
Wow.
So when you do this, are you going to do the inside of
The inside first.
Well, you do that first. Out here they always do that last, and they put the walls up and then they put the roof on, and that's the order that they do things, to get the roof on.
Well, yeah, I can see why. The hot sun.
Yeah.
They couldn't keep up with the concrete.
Right, but I guess the idea is that the concrete stays really nice. Like up at our storage house, they're rendering the walls first.
Oh, okay.
They're tamping down because we're almost like this.
Yeah.
You know, a real slope down. So a lot of infill, like you've got there. So tamping that down. But before they lay the concrete, they're actually almost finished on rendering the inside.
Oh, wow.
You know, so then the next will be to get the floor. But I would think that having a nice concrete floor bed would be a terrific.
Well, if I still go ahead with clear span and build my own floor trusses, then I'll want the floor there. It's nice and flat.
Yeah, so that you can work on it. Yeah, right.
But on the other hand, I got to consider that the sun comes overhead here straight down, and then you're not unloading off of a truck, and the time frame from one batch of concrete to the next will kill you. I mean, it'll mess up the job bad. So I'm not sure what I'll do.
Well, here they have a couple of guys mixing, one guy carrying the buckets in, and they'll have one man start in the corner, and they work with the string lines, and they lay
it out.
They lay the floor
flat
out.
as can be. Yeah.
You know, and if you look at our pool area, one man floated that in.
Really?
That whole thing.
Wow.
Which is quite an achievement.
Incredible.
You know, and just feeding in buckets at a time. And working, pinging the string line every so often. And I think now that's a pretty awesome job that he's done there. And Timio did the floor inside the guest house. And we've now tiled that because we over-ordered so many tiles. And we've tiled that, and it's gone terrific.
Good.
You know. Well, I'll let you get
Probably
back.
What'll happen here? We want white tile.
What, down inside? Yeah.
And get all this concrete done. Then I want to straighten up these openings so that we can order doors.
Right.
But
there's a local guy.
One side goes like that and the other one goes the opposite. It's hard to hang a door properly.
Right. There's a local guy that will come up.
He will.
Yeah. Actually, we're going to have him come up and give us a quote for the windows. So if you're here, I'll send him down.
Good.
You know, and you can talk to him and get an idea of how they would. Yeah. So when you concrete this, you're going to take that out as the roof over
the carport
and an extended patio. Are you going to put a fence around like we've got on the pool?
You about have to.
I think so.
Well, if plans hold out and I do the concrete beam out there, I mean that sucker's going to be huge, and that'll stick up some from the patio.
Right.
And then you can just bolt the rail and stuff up there. It might just be a tiny rail.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Do you weld? And probably buying the raw materials and doing that yourself is.
Yeah.
I mean, the welder itself is not a huge not a huge expense. You can get them for about, I think, about 6 or 8,000. But yeah, but the one that the one that the guy uses, that's what you'll have to be. That's what you'll have to be careful of with those spikes.
Yeah.
See, but the one the one that the good guys use is about more like 10 or 11,000.
Yeah.
Because they've got some which are so light, they're like a, I don't know, they're like a lunchbox.
Are they like a wire welder?
Well, the stick welder, yeah.
Stick welder.
But the one that they used up here is like a chromium plated job and heavy, and that's the one. That's the one that you can see. That's the one that you can see in Alturas.
Oh, okay.
You know, so they've got them there. Wow, look at those clouds. You know.
Yeah, I kept watching that, and they were back here, and it was really dark, and I just knew it was going to start pouring, but
yeah,
kind of.
That kind of cloud that's how you get the tornadoes dropping down, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't get that. Don't get that for some strange reason. You don't get that here.
It's moving in this way, moving towards the south.
Look at that. You just have to put up with those sunsets every night. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely.
Oh my goodness.
And you know, we enjoy a great breeze here, like right now.
This is really nice.
It's just beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is. Well, I'll let you. I've taken up enough of your time.
Well, yeah, we got one of the kids still in school, or he should be out of school.
All right. What does he do? He just hangs out down there.
I think he's with Niecy's wife.
Ah, okay.
And her kids.
It'd be nice to take that out a little bit, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we probably will.
I think you'll end up doing that.
Yeah. Dig another. Well, take the dirt out here, go down to the roots, or where the roots are.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't kill the tree.
Right.
And then the other side, if you fill it in, you just want to fill in a little bit and let a rain come and let the roots come up.
Mm-hmm.
And then fill in more, let the roots come up. So you don't go killing the tree.
This actually is going to set the standard for the rest of the landscape.
Probably.
Don't you find that? I mean, it's working out. It's working out so well.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a mango tree, I think. Looking at the leaves, and then looking at that one, I think it's a mango tree, young mango tree. And very pretty, and you still got that coconut there. And I think it's just, when I was doing projects and it was a creative thing, that in other words I wasn't working to a commission, doing something for myself, I'd always find that if I got engrossed in one particular part of the project and the detail began to get more and more and more detailed, then it would affect the entire
project
piece.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't have one that was highly detailed and then not do the rest. Yeah, it's really nice. Okay, well thanks for talking.
Happy how they came out, because
Yeah.
when you're working with something that's uneven, I mean, it's like a day's project, but when you put them in there and then you got to line everything up and straighten it up, it'll end up in a 3-day project.
When I take what you're saying, I take it as you say it, but you can't see that in the job that you've done. You can't see that you had a lot of difficulties there.
No, you can't.
It looks like it was just a breeze, you know.
Yeah, I'm really happy the way it came out.
What did you do for getting that actual radius? Did you set them up at first?
I tied a string around the tree and looped it
Ah,
and brought it out with
right.
the rebar and just marked it.
Ah, great.
And then, back then, the dirt was way up, and then I spray painted my mark, and they started digging.
Right.
And then I left the stuff on the tree, but the next morning everything was gone. So I had to make another one. I think that one's still there.
You left the what on?
I left my string and the rebar that I made the radius.
And it was gone?
It was gone the next morning. But on the ends I flared it out just a little bit, made it a little wider.
Yeah.
Because it looks too closed in the other way.
So did you guesstimate that for the size of the block and how it would work in on that circle?
No, not really. I did my measuring.
Yeah.
Because if you made it a little smaller, then the shadow line in the center would have been just a lot more.
Right. And you'd get that what I call the threatening bit look, where it's lots of different angles. Whereas actually you don't have any angles there.
It looks more like a 3D thing than a radius, but this, it kind of does both a little bit, depending on where you look. It's got a 3D effect, but yet you see the radius.
So, are you just going to clean this up and paint it, or what are you going to do?
This is what I was testing. Pretty nice block. Polish them up.
All right.
I could do that on the inside, and that's the way it would look.
So you just buff that out with the angle grinder?
Well, I took the angle grinder with that blade. It's not really the right blade.
Right.
But I used that one, and it did all right. I've got a different blade, though. Just take the concrete powder off and polish up the white stone.
Was that what that's got? That's got that kind of a pebble look, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And that mortar will whiten up.
I hope so.
As it dries.
It looks green now, but
yeah,
it's just fresh.
Yeah, terrific. Really is. Good fun, isn't it?
Who says you can't have fun while you work?
What's it got to be? It's got to be that it's not work if you do it, even if you didn't get paid.
Yeah.
And that's where you're at right now.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if I got enough for one more row.
Jessica, where's your gloves? Okay, I'm on my way.
All right.
Okay, well, always good to talk to you, James.
Yep. You too.
All right, see you later. Okay, we'll back up the walk. A last look. It really is nice. Really is nice. Nice when a job begins to actually show parts of how it's going to look and give you a little preview of the way that the vision is going to unfold, which is what's happening here. And that will have a concrete strip about 4 to 6 inches thick and about the same wide, and it will sit on top of that retaining wall with the rebar coming through and into it, and that will be happening soon. And that will be another case of where you can see how the vision is unfolding. That's a man that enjoys his work. And even though I'm sure that Westerners will be looking at that and saying, oh children, look at the rebar, and I do understand. When I was watching, that was Rohan, and while I was talking to James, Rohan was standing on that retaining wall, and I'm thinking, oh gosh. But it's different here, and children are part of a family, and I've seen this over and over in all the houses that we built, in all the projects that we've helped with, where they've dug a well and the well is 40 feet deep and children are there and they're part of that that project as it unfolds. And it's different. It really is different here. So, sun's going down and they're getting the last, I'm thinking maybe the last 45 minutes of work time. So we'll pop back up now and see if we can't find some light in order to be able to do a work in progress on our little project. See you later. This is a foreigner in the Philippines.